Boosie, your boy don't know how to fight. Neither do that T.I. little yellow mother, the long hair.
I ain't really got no opinion on him because, my opinion can send me to prison.
The clash between Boosie and Charleston White didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was a bomb waiting to blow. The type of chaos the internet eats up because once it pops, everybody's locked in to see who flames out first. Charleston built his whole brand off stirring drama, running his mouth reckless, and daring folks to clap back. That's his entire hustle. Pick a target, clown them, then feast off the attention when they respond.
You slap Kanye West, that's where he was wrong at, homie.
Yeah.
Why slap him for what, nigga? When you had a 15-year-old hitman, nigga, that murdered black people.
He already poked at rappers, activists, even athletes, but the second he dragged Boosie's name into his circus, he picked the wrong fight. See, Boosie's not the type to sit back quiet while somebody disrespects his people, especially not his bloodline. At first, Charleston tried to keep it funny, if you can even call it that. He cracked slick jokes about Boosie being washed, poked at his career, and acted like it was just harmless trolling. But everyone knows Charleston don't stop till he finds the weak spot. The moment that makes the internet gasp. And he found it when he aimed straight at Boosie's son, Tootie. That's when the culture froze like, wait a minute, this ain't just jokes no more. Charleston even bragged about trying to get Tootie locked up, talking like it was just a game. But anybody who knows Boosie knows one thing.
Nobody talk to him. Why do Boosie get all the love? As if he the killer.
Mm-hmm.
And Boosie ain't no mother killer. You can slap Boosie and that bitch wouldn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You can slap Lil Boosie, that bitch don't do nothing. Lil Marlo was the killer. Lil Boosie ain't had a fight with nobody. That you punch him in the nose, that bleed to death because he a diabetic. You can't give him no black eye. He'll die. He'll diabetic.
When it comes to his kids, he don't duck no smoke. For a while, Boosie stayed calm, didn't hop online screaming back and forth, didn't give Charleston the quick reaction he wanted. But Charleston kept doubling down, throwing Tootie's name around every chance he got. And the tension grew heavier every single day. Finally, Boosie stepped in front of the camera, and the vibe shifted instantly. He didn't scream, didn't act wild, didn't throw empty threats. Instead, he dropped the type of warning you can't mistake, the type that makes you realize this just got serious. Boosie didn't have to scream to get his point across. He just let the weight of his words hang in the air like a hammer. Don't ever come for my kids. Don't drag my family into your circus. That hit different. The internet lit up instantly. Clips of Boosie's warning spread everywhere, reposted on every platform within minutes. Some fans clapped loud, saying, "That's exactly how a real father handles business." Others were nervous, warning that Charleston was baiting Boosie into a trap. But whether people were cheering or worried, everybody agreed. Charleston had crossed into dangerous territory. Thing is, the roots of this beef go deeper than folks remember. It all traced back to Kanye West stirring the culture. When Kanye pulled up in that White Lives Matter shirt, the world went crazy. The culture split right down the middle. Some tried defending him, others called him out heavy.
Your boy don't know how to fight. Neither do that T.I. little yellow mother, the long hair freak. That little don't know how to fight either. Get them, y'all babies just rapper.
But one thing was clear. Nobody stayed quiet. Boosie? He was one of the loudest voices blasting Kanye, calling him out for disrespecting black people and turning a movement into nothing but a cheap fashion stunt. That's when Charleston saw his opening. Instead of riding with Boosie,
jail, they're gonna be for something. It's gonna be for something. I don't play no police game, man. Just know as you move around, man, life is real, bruh. This shit ain't no motherfucking joke. This shit ain't no motherfucking game. Just don't play with me and don't play with mine. Leave my motherfucking children out your motherfucking face, boy.
he flipped the whole script. He mocked Boosie for even daring to criticize Kanye, told the internet Boosie wasn't the man to speak up, called him a hypocrite, and tried to spin his outrage like it was just a desperate grab to stay relevant. From that moment forward, Charleston locked in on his new obsession. Every time Kanye's name hit the news, Charleston made sure Boosie's name came right with it, dragging them together like some twisted tag team no one asked for. Once Charleston realized how much buzz his Boosie trolling was pulling, he pushed the gas even harder. He started barking, "Jail gonna be for something? It's gonna be for something? Don't play no police game!" He was throwing shots left and right. And after clowning Tootie, Charleston widened the target.
Your son saw one dude said he's the one who got your son arrested. How do you feel about stuff like that?
Who got my son arrested?
You said Charleston White went on the record.
I don't know, man. I don't fuck with Charleston White. That nigga, they're Prussian. I ain't fucking with y'all. I'm keeping that nigga name out my mouth. That's a threat to my success.
Yeah.
Charleston White. He ain't hiding. Charleston White gonna get your ass locked up.
Yeah.
So, shit, I've been ducking that smoke with Charleston.
That's the only smoke I ever heard Boosie say he ducking.
That's some smoke you don't want, man. Hey, I ain't trying to have no man calling no DAs on and all this on me. That's real shit.
Yeah.
It's real fake shit.
People got to realize, right, if you look at our community, I don't understand why people make threats online. Why they...
This time aiming at another rap legacy kid, King Harris, the son of T.I. He went all in on King, calling him spoiled, soft, and fake street when everybody knew he grew up rich. Charleston even mocked his hair, trashed his style, and straight up predicted King would end up in jail. This wasn't comedy. It was pure disrespect, and King wasn't about to let it slide. He hopped on Instagram Live and fired back hard, letting Charleston know he wasn't gonna sit quiet while his name got dragged. King told him point blank, if they ever crossed paths in real life, it was gonna get ugly. That's when the situation leveled up. Just like Boosie, I wasn't about to watch a grown man clown his child. Tip stepped in heavy and made it crystal clear. Charleston had crossed another line. He told the world he was always gonna stand behind King, that nobody was gonna play with his son's name while he was alive. Now it wasn't just Charleston trolling for clicks. This had turned into two rap legends, Boosie and T.I., both furious, both ready to ride for their families. Their sons were clapping back, the internet was going crazy, and Charleston? He was sitting dead in the middle of it all, grinning like he'd just hit the jackpot. And the wildest part? The internet couldn't turn away for a second. Every single clip of Charleston talking reckless turned into instant viral fuel. Each response from Boosie or T.I. spread like wildfire, while King's IG Live kept replaying on timelines, sparking debates about whether he was really ready to back up those tough words in real life. To fans, it felt like watching a slow-motion car wreck. Messy, chaotic, but way too addictive to look away. And under all the noise, one truth stood tall. This wasn't about clout anymore. This was about family, about respect, about the line you never cross. In hip-hop, in the streets, in real life, you don't come for a man's kids. Yet Charleston White moved like he was untouchable, loud and reckless, always hiding behind his go-to move. If rappers touch me, I'll just call the cops. That's his ace card. The shield he waves so he can clown legends and their kids without blinking. But when you pull back and look at the bigger picture, this wasn't just another internet circus. It was deeper, a test of respect, a test of manhood, and a test of how far fathers will go when someone disrespects their bloodline. That's why Boosie's warning shook the internet. It wasn't entertainment.
Boosie feels pretty good. He feels like the judge is... He don't feel good. You see how low his energy is.
I mean, well, he says this judge seems pretty cool.
Man, he just saying that to kiss ass because they watch it. I used to say the same shit, and the judge kept revoking my bond. That nigga bit the pillar in an interview. And have you ever seen a gangster in an interview, nigga? That nigga under pressure and stress.
It was raw truth that cut deep. You could literally feel the shift in energy when he spoke. And T.I., same thing. He wasn't protecting King's rap image. He was standing in his role as a father, as a man with responsibility. And that energy weighed heavy. Meanwhile, Charleston kept brushing it off like it was nothing but another joke. He acted like none of it could touch him, smirking while legends took it dead serious. And the craziest part? This whole mess traced back to something as small as a shirt. Kanye rocking that White Lives Matter stunt cracked the door open, and Charleston bulldozed through, locking onto Boosie, flipping the narrative, and milking it until the whole thing spiraled into a firestorm. Boosie's call-out of Kanye was righteous, rooted in respect for his people, but Charleston saw nothing but opportunity. A chance to flip the script, steal the spotlight, and keep himself trending no matter the cost. Charleston thrives off pure chaos. That's his fuel. By linking Kanye's stunt straight to Boosie's name, he created a cycle that just wouldn't stop. Every time Kanye made headlines, Charleston dragged Boosie right back into the mix, like his whole playbook was built on painting Boosie as the hypocrite critic. But the second Charleston switched gears and went after Boosie's son, the whole game flipped. And dragging King Harris into it? That move blasted the drama into a whole new stratosphere. King is young, fiery, and proud, exactly the type who won't stay quiet when someone clowns him. He fired back with raw energy, making it clear this wasn't just trolling anymore. And with T.I. standing right behind him, the beef morphed into something way bigger, a full-on generational clash. On one side, you had Charleston clowning the rap legacy kids, calling them spoiled, fake, and doomed to fail. On the other side, you had fathers and sons standing shoulder to shoulder, showing the world that family comes before any industry games.
Come on, my not playing. He facing 15. Homie, don't you know he got a turd in his ass? Because those 5 murders is part of relevant conduct that goes into the PSI. Even though he beat it, they still bring it up as an arrest. Boosie record don't put him on a cakewalk, y'all. He going where he got to really be in danger and in fear no matter who he is.
That's exactly why the internet ate this up. It wasn't just a rap beef anymore, it was fathers versus a troll, legacies versus disrespect, the culture versus chaos. Charleston's antics made him viral, but the responses? That's what gave the story real weight. When Boosie stared dead into the camera and told Charleston not to play with his family, that clip spread like wildfire because it hit deeper than hip-hop. It touched fatherhood, pride, and loyalty. And when T.I. stood tall for King, it wasn't about chasing headlines. It was about showing the world what it really means to ride for your child when they're under attack. That type of respect can't be denied. And that's why this saga had everybody glued to their screens. Because beneath all the trolling, all the chaos, and all the viral clips, it came down to something raw and real. Fathers standing for their blood. Charleston ain't stupid. He knows exactly what he's doing. He laughs it off, tells the world rappers can't touch him because he's protected, and keeps pouring gas on the fire. To him, it's always a win-win. If they clap back, he racks up clicks. If they stay quiet, he claims victory anyway. That's why he keeps poking at people's nerves. Charleston moves like he's untouchable. But here's the problem. Once you disrespect a man's kids, you ain't playing in the world of clout anymore. You're stepping into the world of honor. And honor is something men like Boosie and T.I. don't gamble with. That's why the internet split right down the middle watching this saga.
I ain't really got no opinion on him. Because, my opinion can send me to prison. So I ain't really, I ain't really got no opinion. Once you go to threaten people's kids, talking about you, I ain't the one gonna do all that. Certain people, you can't really express opinion.
Some say Charleston is just chasing clout, same old routine. Others believe he crossed a sacred line no man should ever cross. And the online debates showed just how massive this story got. People weren't just reacting to Charleston's trash talk. They were questioning what it really means to be a father, what loyalty looks like, and whether Charleston's type of trolling is even safe anymore. Because, let's keep it real, Charleston's whole playbook depends on the internet staying just talk. But Boosie and T.I., they come from worlds where talk can turn into action real quick. And then you got the sons themselves, Tootie Raw and King Harris. They're not just background players in this circus, they've been clapping back too. King especially made waves when he stepped up head-on, matching Charleston's energy with his own heat. That move had the internet in full debate mode. Was King standing tall and proving himself, or was he just giving Charleston exactly what he wanted? More attention to feed off. Either way, plenty respected him for not folding under pressure. Some fans argued King was just feeding Charleston exactly what he wanted. More attention. But either way, King's reaction shoved him straight into the spotlight, and now the world is watching his every move like never before. What makes this whole saga so wild is how many layers it's got. Hip-hop beef, family pride, trolling culture, generational clashes, and even Kanye's influence still floating in the background like a ghost. Each layer poured more gas on the fire.
Just slap Kanye West. That's where he was wrong at, homie.
Yeah.
Why slap him for what, nigga? When you had a 15-year-old hitman, nigga, that murdered black people. The little kid got life without parole. Why would he slap Kanye West, a man with biracial white children, embracing the concept and the notion that black and white lives matter?
Making it burn hotter. And while Charleston laughed it off, pretending it was all fun and games, the energy underneath kept shifting. The vibe moved from playful trolling to flat-out dangerous disrespect, and the culture could feel it. Because Boosie and T.I., they're not the type of men you play with lightly, especially when their kids' names are in the mix. As the story kept snowballing, the real question wasn't whether Charleston would keep running his mouth, it was whether someone out there would finally decide enough was enough. The entire culture stayed glued to their screens, waiting, watching, whispering about how far this could really go. Meanwhile, Charleston kept doubling down, laughing, throwing insults like confetti, and acting like he had absolutely nothing to lose. He painted himself as untouchable, bragging that rappers couldn't lay a finger on him without catching charges. That talk only made him bolder, pushing him to go harder in every live stream. He dared Boosie. He dared T.I. He dared anybody to cross a line so he could flip the script and play victim. It was a twisted bait-and-switch game, and Charleston thrived on it. But for everybody else watching, it stopped feeling like entertainment. It looked like a powder keg waiting to blow. Fans noticed Boosie's whole energy shift. At first, when he stayed quiet while Charleston threw shade, people thought it was patience. But after Charleston dragged Tootie Raw's name one too many times, that silence hardened into something way heavier.
If your boy jump on me, y'all will bury that yellow motherfucker. I shoot him right in his goddamn throat. Look, I wish an 18, 19-year-old nigga would jump on me. Boy, I'd Trayvon Martin that little motherfucker. I swear to...
A warning no one could mistake. When Boosie finally spoke, the weight in his voice was undeniable. This wasn't rap beef. This wasn't clout chasing. This was a father drawing a hard line in the sand. Don't talk about my kids. Simple, clear, powerful enough to make the whole internet stop scrolling for a second. That moment reminded everybody that no matter how wild things get online, family is the one line you don't cross. You could clown Boosie's music, his career, even his money. But the second you dragged his son into it, you stepped into dangerous territory. And T.I.? He made the same thing crystal clear when he stood up for King Harris. No mincing words, no sugarcoating. He wasn't gonna sit silent while a grown man tried to humiliate his child. For Tip, this wasn't about defending King's rap image. It was about defending his son, period. That move got heavy respect across the culture because it showed the world something bigger.
So why you was a bitch, boy? Man, we was about to whoop your ass when you come back down here from telling. I can see you had a soft...
When it comes to family, these rappers are fathers first and entertainers second. And when fathers put that armor on, it doesn't matter who you are or what platform you've got. Lines get drawn and consequences follow. That's exactly why Charleston's antics stopped feeling like comedy. They weren't just goofy internet trolling anymore. They were direct hits on pride, honor, and fatherhood. 3 things you don't play with. Meanwhile, the sons weren't just sitting back watching. They became part of the war zone, too. King Harris stepped up head-on, firing back at Charleston Live and daring him to keep that same energy. That Instagram Live was pure fireworks.
Jail, it's gonna be for something. It's gonna be for something. I don't play no police.
It set the internet ablaze, with people replaying it, dissecting it, and debating it like a heavyweight fight happening in real time. Some people called King reckless, saying he was just feeding Charleston exactly what he craved, more attention. But others saluted him for standing tall, refusing to let an older man drag his name through the dirt without clapping back. And Tootie Raw. Even though he stayed quieter, his name being dragged was the spark that pushed Boosie to finally snap and unleash that warning shot. Together, these sons weren't just innocent bystanders. They were living proof of how deep Charleston's disrespect had cut. Here's the real twist. Charleston lives off attention, but even attention comes with limits. When you keep crossing lines, when you drag family into your circus, the vibe changes. At first, people laughed at Charleston's antics, clowning along with the show, but then the laughter started to fade. The energy shifted, people got uncomfortable, and now they're asking the real question. How long can this go on before words turn into something real? Because in the streets, when you disrespect a man's family, words don't stay just words forever. That's the dangerous truth sitting underneath all the memes, the reposts, and the viral clips. Charleston might keep laughing, claiming he's safe, bragging that nobody can touch him, but Boosie and T.I. already made it clear. This is not a game to them. Fans online can see the writing on the wall. They know this stopped being about clout a long time ago. Now it feels like a ticking clock. Every new video Charleston drops, every live stream where he mocks King or Tootie, every laugh he throws at their fathers, it's all piling up like pressure waiting to blow, and the culture is holding its breath, wondering out loud, will somebody finally say enough and shut Charleston down? And if paths do cross in real life, what happens then? Will T.I. step in again? Or will King Harris be the one to turn those Instagram live threats into real action? Nobody knows, but everybody's watching. What makes this saga so insane is how it all started with something so small, a shirt Kanye wore. That single stunt snowballed into a tangled web of beef, from Kanye's controversial fashion choice, to Boosie blasting him, to Charleston mocking Boosie's criticism, then crossing the line by attacking Boosie's son and finally dragging T.I.'s whole family into the fire. It became a chain reaction of pure disrespect, turning what could have been just another internet feud into a full-on cultural moment. And that's why this story isn't fading away anytime soon. Too many lines have been crossed, too much pride is at stake, and too much family honor is tied up in this now. At the end of the day, this isn't just about Charleston White trolling rappers. It's about what happens when internet games collide head-on with real-world codes of respect. This whole mess is a reminder that no matter how big social media gets, some things never change. Family comes first, honor matters, and there are lines you just don't cross. Boosie made that crystal clear. T.I. made that crystal clear, and now the entire world is watching to see if Charleston finally learns that lesson the hard way. So tell me, do you think Boosie was right to send that warning? Did Charleston step way over a line that no man should ever touch? And was King Harris smart for clapping back, or did he just give Charleston more fuel to burn? Drop your thoughts below because this one is far from over. And don't forget, smash that like button, share this with your people, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next update. Trust me, the way this beef is unfolding, the drama is only getting started. See you next time.